Pennsylvania. Today we've got a good one on tap in the AFC North, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they'll bring it down at the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. A first down carry for Henry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 29 yards. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Steelers, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Looking to put a drive together.
Their own 24-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That one behind his receiver and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. Wester on the return. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
The handoff running left, Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
From the 43, here's a second down and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. A short throw caught by Andrews. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll leave them with a third and just a yard.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Jackson will keep it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Again, Jackson will keep it. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Henry out of the pistol, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there, and here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Lamar going to give this to Ali. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They toss it to Warren. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. 27 yards there, a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. On the give, it's Warren. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Jackson. He finds Hopkins complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing, and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On fourth down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 9. To throw is Jackson. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. And that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Now Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And they run the option here on first and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb. Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
To throw is Rodgers. And he finds Austin complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Here is 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. Austin is there and brings in another one. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Rodgers to throw once more. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That is caught. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Rodgers going to throw. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Rodgers again now. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown here this first half. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
First down, Baltimore.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Over the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Rodgers finding Valdez-Scantling. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Shifts by him.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small magical spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up to the 39.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson.
That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
To throw again is Jackson.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Jackson going to keep it running right.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there, and worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Flowers. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 2-yard line.
2nd and 1 from the 2. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Jackson's going to keep it.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Well, now how about this return?
And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50. A handoff for Warren. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. That is caught by Thielen. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
To throw is Rodgers.
Slant route, and he's got Fryermuth.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren punching it in from a yard away.
And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Gain of 6. And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now it's Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
Running left, it's Henry. Running right through. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 7.
To throw is Jackson.
A check down here for Henry.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They go play action with Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try to pound it into Ricard. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Now Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Now after the touchdown loop, back out to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A gain of 3, second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. They've got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10.
Now Rodgers completes it to Austin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Warren will try the right side.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, you have to be careful. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Steelers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
They set up the screen for Henry. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And Jackson throwing once more.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
One again.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At the Ravens 4-yard line.
And they'll run again. And he's going to lose yardage again as he is stepped behind the line.
And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now Rodgers, a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4.
Jackson. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Here's Jackson.
The killer here is complete.
But that won't do much good as he is tackled at his own 7.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Throwing, Jackson.
The quick feet by Jackson.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Now a handoff to Henry.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Jackson to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And that play going absolutely nowhere. And now it's fourth down.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down.
Connecting with Andrews. Oh, and he'll be tackled and covered up inbounds. They get another first, but they're working with no timeouts.
Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing it in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
One last shot for Jackson.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
プレイステーション